Good morning. Please be seated. The 140th annual commencement exercises at Lake Forest College in the college's 161st year will now come to order. We thank you, family, friends, and guests, for joining us today as we celebrate the successful completion by the class of 2018 of their academic program. The invocation will now be given by Reverend Sean Kelly of the First Presbyterian Church of Lake Forest. Please rise for the invocation.
Please pray with me. Loving, gracious, Holy One, we are grateful for these students, this opportunity to celebrate with them this morning, and for the dedication and commitment they have shown throughout their academic journey. We thank you for all the experiences they have had, all the relationships they have built, and all the memories they have made, which has brought them to this point in their lives. We give you praise for those that have provided them the support and guidance that allowed them to continue pursuing their dreams. We thank you for all the family members, friends, teachers, and mentors that have shaped the individuals they are today. We ask that your blessing may be upon us as we celebrate these students, and may your Spirit be present among us. Amen.
It is the custom of the college to recognize individuals who have distinguished themselves by their words and deeds. Our form of recognition is the conferring of honorary degrees. Those whom we honor this morning bring us honor by joining us for this important occasion. I now call upon Mr. Robert Krebs, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, to present the candidates for honorary degrees on behalf of the entire board.
Mr. President, it is my privilege to present Gary Johnson for the honorary degree, Doctor of Liberal Arts.
Gary Johnson, esteemed president of the Chicago History Museum, passionate advocate of Chicago's past, present, and future, we are honored to welcome you. A lifelong Chicagoan, you were named the museum's 8th president in 2005. Years later, still reveling in your assignment, you told the Chicago Tribune that you still get that thrill like in the movie Night in the Museum. The museum's closed and I'm still here. Over the past decade, you have vastly expanded the museum's community outreach. We try to have a very welcoming attitude toward the world, you said recently, and you have exemplified that attitude by personally visiting more than 300 public school classrooms across Chicago, educating children about the meaning of history. Part of that meaning, in your words, is that history is not only the past, history is made all around us, the history of today that is shaped by yesterday's events and today's people to create a future we can only dream of. One of your favorite pastimes is leading visitors around Chicago. Because your busy schedule often precludes you from doing this, you developed a website that highlights Chicago features you would show people if you could be their personal tour guide. Some of those features are in the Chicago History Museum. The holdings of the museum include 22 million items, from Pioneer Day artifacts to 9,000 hours of radio tapes made by the legendary Studs Terkel. A current challenge, one shared by museums and colleges nationwide, is the need to digitally archive collection materials. Lake Forest College has been pleased to collaborate on a segment of this vital work through our Digital Chicago program. We're very proud of our partnership with the museum. One of Chicago's key cultural leaders, you serve as president of Museums in the Park, an association of all of Chicago's major museums. A recognized expert in the management of charitable and nonprofit organizations, you co-authored the book, Lessons Learned in Nonprofit Management and Finance. Before assuming your presidency at the museum, you practiced law for 3 decades as a partner in 2 of Chicago's preeminent global law firms. In addition to your work for private clients, you served the cause of civil rights by chairing the Lawyers' Committee for Civil Rights under law and serving on the board of directors for the Legal Assistance Foundation of Metropolitan Chicago. A graduate of Maine South High School in nearby Park Ridge, you received your undergraduate degree from Yale, a master's degree from Oxford University in England, where you studied as a Rhodes Scholar, and a law degree from Harvard University. Gary T. Johnson, we welcome you to Lake Forest College, award you the degree of Doctor of Liberal Arts honoris causa, and admit you to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Thank you. Over your head.
Mr. President, it is my privilege to present Dr. Tipu Siddiq for the honorary degree, Doctor of Science.
Dr. Tipu Siddiq, renowned physician, scientist, and educator, Lake Forest College is honored to welcome you this morning. A leading expert on amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS or Lou Gehrig disease, you grew up in Pakistan, where you first demonstrated your remarkable scientific aptitude. Enrolling in college at the University of the Punjab, Pakistan's oldest and most prestigious public university, you studied botany and chemistry before proceeding to the University of Karachi, where you earned a medical degree. Traveling to the United States, you then received neurology training at the University of Medicine and Dentistry in New Jersey. You also completed fellowships in neuromuscular medicine at the National Institutes of Health and Cornell Medical Center's Hospital for Special Surgery. In 1991, you moved to Northwestern University, and today, at Northwestern's Feinberg School of Medicine, you hold the Les Turner ALS Foundation Herbert Wensky Chair and have just begun serving as the founding director of the Laboratory of Neurogenomics and Novel Therapies. Internationally recognized for your research on ALS, you lead a laboratory that has developed novel strategies to identify the genes causing ALS. As Chicago Magazine recently summarized, and I'm quoting here, your great discovery was a protein that recycles other damaged proteins in the neurons of the spinal cord and the brain. In people with ALS, this protein isn't doing its job, and the damaged proteins accumulate, leading to paralysis and death. Your discovery offers hope to the 350,000 people worldwide who suffer from ALS and may also help treat Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. In addition to your research lab, you founded the Feinberg School's Division of Neuromuscular Medicine, where doctors now treat more than 70% of all new ALS cases in the Chicago region. In your own active clinical practice, you are beloved as a deeply caring physician. As the daughter of one of your patients said, Dr. Siddiq is a wonderful human being and a brilliant thinker. We are very lucky to know him. Explaining your motivation to research and treat ALS, you told a journalist recently that ALS has a very tragic outcome. It's like being jailed in your own body. It's an example of the overall human condition of futility and helplessness. That's the philosophic and humanistic underpinning of my interest in this disease. You then added these words: the only way the human condition changes has to be by human effort, and the only way to overcome human suffering is through knowledge, new knowledge. In your distinguished career, you have received international recognition and awards, including the Radigan Medal from the University of the Punjab, the first Sheila Essie Award in ALS from the American Academy of Neurology, and the Hope Through Caring Award from the Les Turner ALS Foundation. Today, it is a great privilege for Lake Forest College to honor you as well and present you with the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, and admit you to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto.
Mr. President, it is my privilege to present Jane Hamilton for the honorary degree Doctor of Letters.
Jane Hamilton, renowned American novelist and one of the major writers of our time, Lake Forest College is honored to welcome you today. Raised in nearby Oak Park, Illinois, and now a longtime resident of southern Wisconsin, you have written 7 acclaimed novels over the past 3 decades. Those who love your work, and we are many, need these books. Honest, unsparing, tragic at times, just like life, they also confirm the presence, or at least the possibility, of love, beauty, and hope. The youngest of 5 children, you won prizes for poetry and short stories at Oak Park River Forest High School and at Carleton College. A Carleton professor, when you were an undergraduate there, predicted that you would one day write a novel, and you've said that prediction gave you power and confidence. Nevertheless, when you finished college, you were doubtful that you could make a living as a writer. You decided instead to become an editor and accepted a postgraduate internship with Dell Publishing in New York. Fate then intervened, however. On the way to Manhattan, you visited a friend's Wisconsin apple orchard and met your future husband, one of the orchard's partners. Soon thereafter, you abandoned New York and moved to the orchard farmhouse where you still live today. You began writing and submitting your fiction to the New York editors whose ranks you had previously thought of joining. Your short story, My Own Earth, launched your career in 1983 when an intern pulled it from a pile of unsolicited manuscripts, passed it up to an editor at Harper's Magazine who loved and published it. Your first novel, The Book of Ruth, you published in 1988, and it won the Hemingway Foundation Penn Award for first fiction. Your subsequent 6 novels include A Map of the World, The Short History of a Prince, Disobedience, When Madeline Was Young, Laura Ryder's masterpiece, and The Excellent Lombards. 2 have been adapted into major films. 2 have been Oprah's book club selections. 1 was a publisher's weekly best book, and several have been shortlisted for other major awards. Among the many words of praise you have received from reviewers, here are just a few. And I'm quoting here. Jane Hamilton is a novelist of surpassing gifts, wit, and wisdom about the human condition as it persists through challenging times. Hamilton writes with a compassion that is not only missing from so many other books, it is missing from the world, and therein lies much of her novel's beauty and importance. And again, Hamilton creates stories that are almost impossible to set aside. Living today at the same Wisconsin orchard where you met your husband, raised your family, and began to write, you are a celebrated voice in American fiction. Much to the benefit of your fans worldwide, writing continues to be your daily practice and obsession. No stranger to Lake Forest, You are an alumna of the Ragdale Foundation's Creative Writing Residency Program and a good friend of Lake Forest College alumni David and Tony Mathis. Jane Hamilton, we enthusiastically welcome you to Lake Forest College and are privileged to award you the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, and admit you to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Okay. And I now invite you, Jane Hamilton, to take the podium and address the graduating class of 2018.
Thank you so much. That was a beautiful, if maybe slightly exaggerated summary of my life. It's wonderful to be here. Congratulations all around, and most especially to you graduates for arriving at this moment. Alleluia. And thank you for the college for honoring me among this stunning cohort of honorees. It's truly humbling to hear of their achievements. And it's wonderful to be a part of Lake Forest College in Lake Forest, which has long been one of my homes because of the Ragdale Foundation, a place for writers and artists to work. I've been thinking lately about tyrants, and I use that word both lightly and not lightly. They've been on my mind because of this glorious little book by Stephen Greenblatt about tyrants in Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare, it turns out, had already seen precisely into our time. And also there's The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. I have The Handmaid's Hangover. And therefore, I've been thinking about the fact that we all have had tyrants of some order in our lives, and perhaps you have one or two in your present, and you'll have them again. You can't opt out of the experience or avoid the type. You may someday find that a 2-year-old is your personal dictator. My story is frothy. It's not a harrowing tale of sexual abuse or harassment, nothing dramatic or distressing in the way that so many of the Me Too stories are. And this isn't just a women's story, fear not, you men. In light of that movement, though, my petty tyrant story has become disconcerting to me in a new way because the world is actually changing. And so my telling of the story necessarily has to change. I'm not sure now how to tell it or what it means. The story can either be more nuanced or it can be simplified. You may well say upon hearing it, your tyrant was just a jerk, a creep. Why even consider him? And you, Jane Hamilton, you were merely behaving as a woman of your time does, being nice, retreating, maintaining a silence. In the play Angels in America, the angel says to the character named Pryor, who is dying of AIDS, she, urging him to activism, says, silence and hesitation equals death. The students in the Never Again movement have so stirringly taken that admonition to heart. But I maintain that there are situations when slow time and silence can have power too. Silence, slow time, things that you might not have experienced as fulsomely as all the previous generations of humankind have done. My petty tyrant stage was minuscule, his audience 25 people at a time. I had an approach to him, but I didn't know that the approach I took to survive him was an approach at all. I was merely trying to get through the class. Is tyrant too strong a word for a professor of English literature? A man who would never be hired in 2018. But this is 1975. I'm talking about the dark ages of your parents' youth. Because there's no internet, no smartphones, we are free in a way that is no longer possible. I'm a freshman at Carleton College, a place quite like this one. I'm taking the required survey class for the English major. This is what I know of Professor Jenkins, what I can see, what's on the surface. He has hair the color of sand, a large fleshy face that burns when he's irritated by us, which is often, and also in the rare moments that we delight him. His gods are the 18th century British writers and satirists, Jonathan Swift, Alexander Pope, Samuel Johnson, and a bit later, Jane Austen. It's often hard for me to listen in his lectures because I am deeply frightened about being called on, about his inevitable scalding response to my panicked answer. My papers are spackled in red ink. Miss Hamilton, should you need a job in the future, I noticed an ad for grade school custodian in the paper. Judging by your essay, this is currently what you are fit to do. This is, of course, offensive on so many levels, and in the current day would be fodder for his termination. But, again, for better or for worse, ours was a time of freedom of speech. In 1975, no one will challenge the curriculum, the dead white males. Nothing will be said about colonialism, gendered readings, cultural appropriation. All of that illumination is in the future. We are reading to witness and grapple with the finest minds that centuries of Western culture have produced, and we are called upon to stand in awe. Rule number one with a tyrant: think carefully what he loves. What interests him most? Is it money, power, his own self? Maybe it's baseball. Is it Samuel Johnson and Jane Austen? Is it clarity, truth, and beauty? Do you consider your tyrant's enthusiasms worthwhile? If you do, you might contemplate him in time and silence. When Professor Jenkins calls on me, he says things like, Miss Hamilton, the Ode on the Grecian Urn by John Keats. As you know, Miss Hamilton, it begins, thou still unravished bride of quietness. What did you discover about the word still, Miss Hamilton, thou still unravished bride of quietness, when you looked it up, as I'm sure you did, Miss Hamilton, in the Oxford English Dictionary? In the Ode, is it being used as an adverb or adjective? Oh, the light and heat of the powerful and the dark world of the meek. I don't know. I can't even tell you what an adverb or adjective is. That's how panic works. The mind is emptied out, nothing there, a smooth blankness, an eternity of unknowing. What I can't know then is this: never underestimate the lack of confidence in another person. That is rule number two as you approach your tyrant. Professor Jenkins, the scholar, a vulnerable man, that would never have occurred to me. I also don't know that he loves a rousing argument, the sharpening of wits. His pedagogical approach does not enliven me to battle. Rather, it silences me. Through my college career, I hardly make a peep. What would it have been like to stand up to him? I can't imagine it. Here's, though, what his teaching style does for me. My fear and consequent retreat allows me, requires me to cultivate a space and quiet that is essential not only for the building of a self, but for the life of a writer. Professor Jenkins doesn't magically turn me into a writer by his tyranny, but my response to his oppression light, let's call it, allows me the privacy and freedom to create a voice and a self. It is from that space that I write. Whether or not you've experienced being shut down, or whether you've been encouraged all the way along to express yourself, there's great value in being in communion with yourself to ask various questions in a sacred privacy. What is the self? What do I know? What is the texture, the music, the language, the stuffness that makes up the quality of my mind? There is great mystery in your own personality, and there is always the possibility of creating a more resilient, beautiful mind. One of your occupations while you've been in this community. What I don't know in my college years, I am lying in wait. Even as Professor Jenkins recites the droll poetry of writers who have their fingers on the pulse of mankind's folly, I am lying in wait. Time passes. In 1996, I go back to Carleton College to teach for a term. 17 years after my graduation, I've never taught before. As usual at Carleton College, I am terrified. The office they give me is right next door to Professor Jenkins' office. The beast is still teaching. Owen, I call him now. Owen quotes my work to me. He's read my novels with the attention a writer dreams of. My years of silence have brought me Owen's approval, his approbation, Jane Austen would say. I don't tell him that he is in my presence with every sentence I write as I aim for clarity. But here's the sad truth. I can see now that he's somewhat crippled. He never published much of anything, and certainly nothing of note. That failure, I realize, dogs him. I can see other little failures too, see the wellspring of his bitter mirth, how the melancholy man must find his humor in the writers who point out the absurdity of our social structures. He calls me into his office. He pulls an essay from his file cabinet. Ah, Miss Hamilton, look at this perfect argument that Miss McCullen wrote, class of 1980. He remembers everyone. He's saved the great essays. What I couldn't see when I was a student was the incontrovertible fact that he loved us. Maybe he figured being hard on us was an honest preparation for the shipwreck of life. Our sympathy and tenderness, particularly female traits, or anyway socially constructed traits that have stuck, I leave it to you graduates, to you men and women, to figure out the gender situation, to reconfigure it, if you will, the great archetypes of mother and father, how you're going to manage work and love, child rearing, caring for your parents. It turns out, really, that all of life can be boiled down to the simplest question in your family, locally, and globally, too. How do we best care for each other? How much tenderness do I really have is the question I face when back in 1996 I give a public reading at the college. Owen is in the back of the Great Hall. I read a coming-of-age story, the heroine, as she must in such a story, growing older, wiser, sadder. There's an Emmylou Harris song in my story, which I sing. But I cried a river for him that's deeper and wider than I'll ever swim. When I finish reading the story, I ask if there are any questions. There's always a hush, a startled, fearful silence. With no malice of forethought, I look out to the audience. What do I see? His shiny pate, the blonde hair having receded, his glowing cranium. I say, Professor Jenkins, what do you have to say about this story? Is the word still in the penultimate paragraph an adverb or an adjective? There is that rush of blood to his face, to his skull. And in the audience, a ripple of laughter, glee, nothing short of malicious glee from all the good students of Carleton who have suffered at his hand. He begins to stutter. Miss Hamilton, how do you know so much about young ladies? Because I was one. Next question. When I get home, my husband, who is left ahead of me, greets me at the door. He opens it, but not enough to let me in. That was so terrible, he says, what you did. It was cruel. I know. I didn't even know the words that were coming from out of my mouth. And yet, didn't he deserve it? Oh, my tyrant. Wasn't it the best fun I just about ever had? After a sleepless night, I go to my office intending to write him a letter of apology. There, under my door, is a note. Miss Hamilton, leave the literary life. Let's go to Nashville. I'll be your agent. We'll make megabucks. Love, Owen. Sometimes, rule number 3, your tyrant shows you yourself in unexpected ways. Is there always a positive in the negative? What do you do with the approval of your tyrant? That is, in its own way, very frightening. Do you want to actually play the same game? Is there a better way to come to terms with the oppressor? What, in other words, does each battle require from us? How much nuance and empathy does the tyrant of the moment deserve? What do you gain from thinking into the mind of your tyrant? And what does each person need and want from a place they call home? With luck, this place, Lake Forest College, will continue to be a home and shelter for you in the physical plant when you return, and in all the friendships that you've made and friendships that you perhaps have yet to resolve. Home, a place where people forgive you and you forgive them too for the consequential and irrepressible fact of their own personalities. What did Professor Jenkins ask of his students? Here's what I finally realized. He wanted us to carry forward from the past what is noble and beautiful, knowing and wise, the spirituality, you might call it, that the writers of the ages possess. He wanted us to carry those goods forward as we, in our brief moment, have the charge to reinvent the world. That is what your professors wish for you. Take what you've learned here forward. Keep the great minds alive, minds that are now a part of the plinth of yourself. Use that wealth and pass it on. I leave you with Samuel Johnson, one sentence from his essay, The Rambler number 203 on spring. I can hear Owen not reading, but reciting this sentence. The word vernal is used, by the way, vernal, which means of or pertaining to springtime. Listen carefully to this bit that speaks about spring and how it paves the way for autumn. The music, the intricacy of the sentence, the perfection of the punctuation, all of which cannot be boiled down to 164 characters, deserves our awe. Here's the sentence. He that enlarges his curiosity after the works of nature demonstrably multiplies the inlets to happiness. And therefore, the younger part of my readers to whom I dedicate this vernal speculation must excuse me for calling up them to make use at once of the spring of the year and the spring of life, to acquire, while their minds may be yet impressed with new images, a love of innocent pleasures, and an ardor for useful knowledge, and to remember that a blighted spring makes a barren year, and that the vernal flowers, however beautiful and gay, are only intended by nature as preparatives to autumnal fruits. Here's to you, to the springtime of your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jane Hamilton. Jane is now literally running because she has another engagement far away that she is off to, but I'm so glad that she could be with us this morning. Next, the trustees of the college have established an award for teaching excellence in campus leadership to honor a faculty member whose teaching has been recognized as excellent and who has made significant contributions to the life of the college community. I'm very pleased to present this year's recipient, Professor of Philosophy Janet Mccracken, who will now join me at the podium. Professor Mccracken earned a bachelor's degree from Vassar College and both MA and PhD degrees from the University of Texas at Austin. Joining our faculty in 1993, she was soon honored with both the Gustav E. Beerley Assistant Professorship and the William L. Dunn Award for Outstanding Teaching and Scholarly Promise. About the time she earned tenure, Professor Mccracken received the Byrd Award for intellectual contributions to the campus community in recognition of her exceptional gifts as a teacher, scholar, and campus citizen. She also accepted a key administrative assignment as Associate Dean of the faculty. Then in 2005, she was promoted to full professor, and I had the good sense to appoint her Provost and Dean of the faculty. During her 6 years in that vital role, I was privileged to work closely with Janet and benefit from her keen intelligence, exceptional work ethic, and dedication to the college. Among her many achievements as our academic leader, she recruited at least 20 of our current faculty, oversaw development of a dozen new majors and minors, and established joint programs with prestigious graduate schools. Continuing to provide skillful, motivating campus leadership, Professor Mccracken serves today as the chair of our strong philosophy department. She also serves on the Faculty Personnel Policies Committee and chairs the Promotion and Tenure Subcommittee. An active scholar with specialties in aesthetics, ancient Greek, and early modern philosophy, and film studies, Professor Mccracken has published 2 books, numerous scholarly articles, and book chapters. The gift she possesses that is nearest her heart, however, is her aptitude as a teacher. Returning to the classroom in 2011, she has excelled there since, teaching a broad range of courses, creating and debating ideas, inspiring students, and expanding your minds. Deeply committed to her students, Professor Mccracken excites their philosophy and their interest in philosophy through her own passion for it. Here are just a few laudatory student comments from a single recent class. Tough class, but Janet's an amazing and inspiring professor. This was my first time taking philosophy, and I enjoyed it. Professor Mccracken is the best. She is a fantastic teacher, and my favorite, Janet is human sunshine. Over her 25 years on our campus, the college has profoundly benefited from Janet Mccracken's devotion to students and colleagues, sheer hard work, and remarkable campus leadership. It's my pleasure and privilege to present her with this year's Trustee Award for Teaching Excellence in Campus Leadership, and I ask everyone to join me in a round of applause.
I'm now pleased to introduce our senior class speaker, Maggie Lynch. Maggie is graduating today with a major in English and a minor in publishing. After graduation, she plans to work in digital media and marketing. Maggie, please join me.
Distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2018, thank you for giving me the honor of addressing you all today. I want to be truthful for a moment. I stand before you a former college dropout. For a year and a half, I went back and forth on my decision to go back to school. An opportunity that I didn't want to take for granted, but felt it was something I couldn't accomplish. I repeatedly told my parents this, and each time I would try to fight my dad on this subject, he'd reiterate that college is more than learning in a classroom. It is about finding the truth of life. So Dad, I know you've always wanted to hear me say this. You were right. Let's all take a moment and recognize that our loved ones, parents, mentors, they're right about most things. So today, families, friends, loved ones, you can embarrass us a little bit. It's the least we could allow. We are so very grateful for this opportunity of education that would not have been possible without all of you. Lake Forest College's motto reads, "A veritas libre vos," which in English translates to, "The truth will set you free." Truth, or the search for truth, is undeniably what we are given in school. Is what we seek through what we are given in the classroom and outside of it. It is what my dad was trying to tell me about. And again, he was right. No matter if you're a math major searching for proofs, a neuroscience student looking for evidence to qualify your hypothesis, or an English major searching for imagery at the heart of the text, we were widening our knowledge and finding truth. There are a lot of ways to go about looking and in turn finding this truth. But the way in which most of us do so is through spending time with people who have had different experiences than ourselves. Students from countries I've only had the chance to dream about, to those who grew up in the same city as me, have each taught me something I needed in my life. Each person we met in class, each friend we walked back from the library with late at night, those who cheered with us at all those sporting events, or even the people that we exchanged sleep-deprived glances with in 8 a.m. classes. None of us would have been the person we are if we hadn't met those people. I found truth in everyone I met at Lake Forest College. Dance team teaches that even a trained ballerina can find a way to groove. You Carry On teaches that a girl that once dreaded high school chemistry can fall in love with molecules in immuno-oncology developments. And of course, Tracy taught me that taking a moment to say good morning while scanning an ID can brighten even the gloomiest of winter days. We all found truth in moments specific to ourselves and our college experiences, but most of all, I found truth in knowing that I am capable, we are capable, of achieving what at one time seemed daunting, a goal. In that accomplishment, we have found our true determination and abilities, and that is just the start. Looking forward, I know that the class of 2018 will go on to be the infinitely successful people that we can be with what we have been given at Lake Forest College. Now we are all about to cross the stage and get handed that diploma. What we need to remember is that it is not just saying that we've completed the coursework required to be a graduate, but we have sought and in turn found truth. In a way, we are being set free by that truth, as it is giving us an opportunity to move from one version of ourselves to another. I went from being a version of myself that didn't believe college was for me, to a version of myself who applied to Lake Forest in the lobby of a car dealership while getting my tires rotated. It's a true story for a different time. To a version of myself that fell in love with the academics and home that Lake Forest College gave to me. To now, a college graduate. We all have a version of ourselves that crossed through the gates of Harlan and Blackstone. It was a warm August morning for some of us. Some of us probably wore our lanyards with our IDs on them. And some of us, like myself, came to Lake Forest nervous about our decision. But all of us are the versions of ourselves who have learned the truth of who we want to be and how we will get there. That version gets the diploma today, and we'll head out into the world seeking further truth. So class of 2018, smile your brightest smile, because we did it.
Thank you very much, Maggie. And now the candidates for the master's degree will be presented by Dr. Michael Orr, Krebs Provost and Dean of the Faculty. Diplomas will be presented by Mr. Robert Krebs, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and he will be assisted by Mr. B.J. White, Registrar of the College.
Will the candidates who have completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching please stand? Will the candidates who have completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Liberal Studies also please stand? Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching and Master of Liberal Studies, respectively. They have completed the requirements prescribed by the faculty of the college, and it's our recommendation that their respective degrees be conferred upon them.
Thank you, Dean Orr. By the authority of the state of Illinois, given to the trustees of Lake Forest College and entrusted by them to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching and Master of Liberal Studies, as the case may be, together with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. And I now invite you to this platform.
Noemi Albaran. Paige Gillian Jesperson. Jennifer Joyce. Catherine Elizabeth King. Lisa F. Kizakakatu. Michaela Elise Kopustinski. Diana H. Lara. Hannah Moy. Cecilia Odorica. Alyssa L. Reyes. Patricia Hulsman Abrams. Eduardo D. Garza. Jessica J. Hoover. Tian Wang.
And now, candidates for the bachelor's degree will be presented by Dr. Michael Orr. Before we begin, though, I want to take a moment to recognize graduating seniors today in particular who may be the first members of their families to complete a college education. Would all seniors who are the first in your families to graduate from college please stand and be recognized with a special round of applause.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise? Mr. President, the students who are standing before you are candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. They have completed or will complete presently the academic requirements prescribed by the faculty of this college. It is the recommendation of the faculty that this degree be conferred upon each of them.
Thank you, Dean Orr. By the authority of the state of Illinois, given to the trustees of Lake Forest College and entrusted by them to me, I hereby confer upon you who have completed the requirements the degree of Bachelor of Arts, together with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereunto.
Candidates, please be seated until your row is called to the platform. Farangiz Abduvahobova, cum laude. Ryan Adams. Oluwadounsi Adedeo Adeboju. Hogan A. Aguayo Garcia. Naya Miriam Anson, magna cum laude. Stephanie Dimitra Antonopoulos, cum laude. Sarah V. Appleby, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Tyler Christopher Armentrout, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Caleb Michael Onwine, cum laude. Christian Stoyanov Atanasov. Jacqueline Ann Audette. Zachary Ozzy Augustin, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Trevor Connor Bain. Victor Balan. Ayana Denise Bankston, cum laude. Mitchell Bradford Bartko. Jessica Baum, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Grace Bauman, cum laude. Timothy Behoff, cum laude. Daniel Beitenmer. Lauren Taylor Bell, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Megan M. Bellamy. Catherine Burnish. Holly Beverly, magna cum laude. Alexandria Bishop. Spencer Quentin Bleeker, cum laude. Melissa Grace Bodine, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Grant Vincent Brady, cum laude. Haley Alexandra Broker, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Alexandria Brown. E. Caitlin Brown, magna cum laude. Orlando Brown, Jr. Amanda Brunges, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Trevor J. Boer, cum laude. Finian James Bunter, magna cum laude. David Patrick Bunting. Jacob Burkhard. Jennifer L. Cabrera. Daniel R. Calhoun, cum laude. Caroline Campbell. Juan Manuel Canales. Vanessa Marie Carnibano, magna cum laude. Danae Javon Kennedy. John Michael Cappucciti. Abigail Carlson, cum laude. Marisol Carrion. Shannon M. Cashman, summa cum laude. Benjamin Castillo. Mirella Karsovic. Michelle M. Cepeda Ortiz. Jennifer Sear, cum laude. Angeli Chadwick. Elizabeth Monique Chapman, cum laude. Nipun Chauhan, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Luis Chavez. Nicholas Joseph Chevalier. Jessica Klein. Mitchell Koha. Rachel A. Kolarczyk. Michael A. Cole, cum laude. Lily K. Collins. Mitchell P. Connor, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Madison Bailey Copeland, cum laude. Tony Renee Corbani. Stephanie Correa. Francesca Marcy Corrado. Charles Taylor Courtney. Kelsey Lachlan Cruz. Troy Richard Cruz, magna cum laude. Kevin Kuramain. Angelina Del Porto. Tiffany Rocio Davis. Bridget Aimee de Bouzet de Guia. Davis Paul D. Court, cum laude. Michael Joshua Solomon Dela Cruz, cum laude. Matthew Lewis Demers. Matthew Diaz. Susan Dimitrov. Lindello Desiree Flamini. Rachel M. Domjancik. Angela Dragojevic. Michelle Dumais. Bridget Dunn, cum laude. Dalila Jamba. Caroline Elizabeth Eckrich. Jeremy R. Edelson. George Alexander Edlin. Farida El Bushari. Haben Umbaya. Sophia Espino. Alejandro Espinoza. Jonathan Ezrock. Alexander T. Farley. Claire Finn. Timothy Hughes Finucane. Felicity Catherine Fitzgerald. Margaret Abigail Catherine Fortman, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Mark Franklin. Katerina Frolano. Bethany Fife. Angelica Gallegos. Mariano Garcia Jr. Madeline Rosemary Gastfield, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Maria Rose Gaylord. Marisol Gelacio. George Gerasimo, cum laude. Durham Gelfi. Kendall Beckman Gibson, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Peter J. Geary. Alice Anna Grovatsky. Matthew J. Goldstein, cum laude. Maribel Hannah Gomez. Yvonne Gonzalez. Kaylee Gonzalez. Connor J. Gow. Victoria Scott Grayson, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Andrea Christine Guy. Andrella Haldar. Noel Harmon. Jamie Harris, magna cum laude. Fatima Hassan. Ja Ming Ho, cum laude. Leah Nicole Hines. Rebecca Bianca Rosa Hernandez, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Sydney M. Hintermeister. Jack William Hirsch, cum laude. Anna Hirschler, summa cum laude. Kaya Mojica Holland. Mia Elena Hreschak. Nicole Hong. Tatiana Hiles. Natalie Ibarra Torres, cum laude. Diamond Elias Ingram. Nicholas Italia. Carlos Isaguirre Werner, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Colin Jackson. Imani Romaine Jackson, magna cum laude. Oliver James Paul Jackson. Shari Such Jacobson. Anissa Louise James. Mikhail Yanacek, cum laude. Sarah Yankovic. Casey Ingrid Jewett, magna cum laude. Clarissa A. Jimenez. Jacqueline J. Jimenez. Evelyn Johnson, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Madeline Sarah Johnson. Paul Andrew Jones, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Sarah Jordan. Mary Grace Garin Juanse, summa cum laude. Roberto Juarez. Victoria A. Carker, cum laude. Mackenzie Marie Kelly. Haley Marie Kennedy. Battle Rhodes Kenny. Number 137. Connor J. Gow. William Kent, magna cum laude. Adam Michael Raphael Khan. Amanda Gabriella King. Alexis Cleaver. Samantha Anna Kluzinski. Brenna K. Knock. Tracy Marie Khan, cum laude. Skylar F. Kogan, magna cum laude. Hallie J. Copper.
175 after 189.
Alina Kotlova. Roberto Juarez. Carter Evan Kovnowski. Taylor Madison Kryling. Magdalene Elizabeth Cecilia Kroger, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Simona Kurta, magna cum laude. Alyssa Josephine LaCapra, cum laude. Farhad Ladani. Christopher Joshua Andrew Lai. Ashley J. Lamar, magna cum laude. Shayna Lang. Osvaldo Lara Soria. Andrew Elliott Lee, cum laude. Margaret Lenkhart, magna cum laude. Alexia M. Leonardo. Stephen Lepper. Emma C. Levine, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Jeremy Levinson. Jin Ya Lee, cum laude. Noni Ligu. Cassandra Nicole Lira, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Max Livingstone Peters. Bright McPherson Lole. Landon Longfield. Jacqueline Monique Lopez. John Anthony Losurdo. Julia Katharina Lovelace, cum laude. Benton W. Ludkin. Monica Luna. Fiona Lutoli, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Tanner Gerard Lydon. Margaret Eileen Lynch. Rebecca Colleen Lynch. Jake Mabus, cum laude. Mackenzie Mack, cum laude. Tyler William Maidley, cum laude. Melanie Madrigal. Hamza Mahmood. Rachel Lynn Mancha, cum laude. Samantha Mangiracina. Mark Manning. Maham Mansour. Natalina Noel Marathruena. Sarah Adis Wellata Selassie Marsha. Madison Hagan Martell. Nicholas Mateus. James J. McAuliffe, cum laude. Lily McCarthy. Jacoby Johans McClellan, cum laude. Patrick J. McDonough. Kirsten Marie McFarland. Holly Saffron McHenry. Robert Dean Meekum, cum laude. Rachel Diana Meltzer, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Mundieta. Hector Mendoza, Jr. Courtney Page Mensa. Sylvie Adelaide Mesavusu. Krista A. Moyley, cum laude. Allison K. Meyer. Jacqueline Marie Michaels. Alexandra Nicole Millat. Regan Kathleen Miller. Damali Kalita Mills. Tacoma Melissa Monroe. Mackenzie Kanoe Montano. Marit Muntanen, cum laude. Chelsea Moreno, cum laude. Maxie Kate Mutlowitz. Sophie Muchaccio, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Ian James Murphy. Tony Alexandra Myers. Madeline Sophia Minat. Sabrina Bahra Najibi. Pema Namgel. Whitney Morgan Navarro. David Nelson. Sean Scott Nelson, cum laude. Jennifer Sky Nimoy. Samantha E. Hirsch Nye. Leah Rose Niederberger, cum laude. Joel Clark Neerling. Kara Norvet, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Daniela Isama Olmos Alvarez, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Natalie Jane Olson. Elias Nathaniel Ortiz. Mina Osorio. Cassandra Ann Owen. Roger Pacheco. Cynthia Padron, cum laude. Ricardo Palma. Michael Penn. Brent D. Perlman. Amanda Nicole Peterson, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Rachel Ann Petty. Eula Teresa Pinto. Daniel J. Pivonka. Samuel John Plutchek. Matthew Pokowitz. Talene Silva Poladian. Dasha Polyaskaya, magna cum laude. Roderick Sterling Pompey, Jr. Arun Raja Pukot. Eric Porter. Ben Primer. Thomas Patrick Quigley, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Quinn. Nicole Quist. Haley Juliet Rainwater. Yvette Ramirez. Gillian Sue Rashid, cum laude. Robin Sheila Redmond. Emma Taylor Risa. Michael Ream. Khalif Raymond. Jose Bernardo Reyes Facio, summa cum laude. Alexander Rhodes, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Ashley Brittany Rico. Michelle Ann Riefenberg. Kiera Riley, cum laude. Maximilian Roberts. Daria Rodina, magna cum laude. Luz Alondra Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Saul Rodriguez. Rocio Roman, cum laude. Austin Reiner Rosnova. Mallory Rose. Melissa Nellie Rochaz. Michael Roy. Alejandro Rubalcaba Serrano, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Samantha Jo Reisig, cum laude. Justin Enrique Salonga. Kyle Alexander Sarabia, magna cum laude. Giuseppe Loreto Savino. Kalina Sawyer. Callie Rebecca Shazer. Megan Elizabeth Shermang. Samuel Schlump. Kelsey Schmidt. Allison Shaneline. Madison Shaneline. Christina Gloria Schreck, cum laude. Audrey Elizabeth Schutz. Aisha Sheikh, cum laude. Ryan John Shalusky. Juliana Rose Shuchek. Akia A. Shipman. Luke Clodfelter Shylansky, magna cum laude. Brandon Suhail Siaj. Mudasa Shazad Siddiqui. Genesis Silva, magna cum laude. Adrian Skobelski. Alexandra Celeste Skozik, cum laude. Almadin Smilovic. Delia Rose Snedeker. Mansoor Suleiman. Daniel Solano. Maxwell P. Sorby. Jacob R. Soika. Olivia Nicole Spellmeyer. Indigo Sarah Spranger. Joshua Dane Sprang. Matthew Alexander Stanulin. Donald A. Stanley. Lily Roslyn Starr, cum laude. Elena Michelle Stecco. Thomas James Steen. Jonathan Silver Stern, cum laude. Justin Ole Stevens, cum laude. Michael Steiger. Abigail Stone Lauer, magna cum laude. Ashton Lee Sukenik. Shin Suzuki. Sydney Halon Switzer, cum laude. Parth Tank, cum laude. Asima Sadia Tanvir. Gavin Shibley Tarazu. Rosemary Thomas, Phi Beta Kappa. Diamond Nicole Christine Thompson, cum laude. Ryan J. Thompson Widmer. Al Aladdin Tiber. Sean Ellis Tilton, magna cum laude. Victoria Lynn Tinman. Daisy Marie Torres. Samantha Marie Troost. Seaton Trossel. Mary Tsakadze, cum laude. Michael Zaitlin. Anna Yuknevich, cum laude. Sarah M. Urquiaga. Amelia Vaintrub. Joel Valdivia. Louisa Rose Van Ackeren, magna cum laude. Jonathan Anthony Vargas. Norma Vanessa Vargas, cum laude. Eric William Varble, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Desiree Velasquez. Mohini Verma, cum laude. Kira Amalia Vidas, cum laude. Janet Vieta. Laken Olivia Vogel. Kara Voss. Nancy Hong Vu, cum laude. Patrick Locke Walsh. Alexander Sayer Ward. Keithan Ward. Tierney G. Wessel. Emily Egan White. Alexandra Taylor Widmer. Samantha Ann Wilkie, cum laude. Ashley Renee Williams. Stacy L. Wilson, cum laude. James Winkler. Celia Ramin Walt, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Laura Ramin Walt, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Holly Wong. Chevy Wask. Kayla Jane West. Justin C. Zakarski, cum laude. Aldiana Zuhirovic, cum laude. Jacqueline Samulio Ramirez, cum laude. Grant T. Zimmerman. Sorry. Anton Brandon Zaretic. Duma Jr., MP Kalula Zwane, cum laude. Sabelo Marvis Zwane, cum laude. Is she still there? Yulia Zayats, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa.
I'd like to ask the graduates to stand. Members of the class of 2018, you may now move the tassel on your cap to the left to signify the awarding of your degree. Faculty, staff, trustees, and honored guests, I present to you the class of 2018. And now, I ask the graduates to now acknowledge with a round of applause the support the support that you have received from all of these family, friends, and mentors. Congratulations, and graduates can be seated.
Okay, before we conclude today's ceremony with the singing of the Alma Mater and the Benediction, just one quick reminder. It's now 12:35, so there's plenty of time after we conclude here, but I do want to let all of you know who have cars parked. Ravinia closes at 2 o'clock. So about an hour and 25 minutes from now, make sure that you're on your way with your cars by then so you don't get locked in. Okay. The singing of the Alma Mater will be led by Audrey Schutz, a member of the class of 2018. Audrey is graduating with a major in communication and a minor in music. Audrey, please come forward. Following the Alma Mater, please remain standing for the benediction. Will the audience now please stand?
Congratulations to all the graduates, as well as to your family and your friends. As the ceremony concludes, may you all be excited for what opportunities lie ahead, and may you always remember the lessons that you have learned, the opportunities you have had, and the relationships you have built throughout your time at Lake Forest College. And now, as we leave this place, may you go with integrity and honor. May you go and see failures as an opportunity to try again. May you go, create your life, and experience great joy and purpose. May you go and seek greatness. Amen.